Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudoku and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a classic Sudoku on our channel. Now this Sudoku was particularly constructed for this channel and it has a very good solving path. It has some quite advanced logic that are applied in this Sudoku, and with that we'll get something very good out of it. Not a regular advanced logic, but the advanced logic that will be applying in this Sudoku gives you a very good progress in this Sudoku, and that is something kind of different than the regular tough Sudokus. And it took quite a lot of time to construct this Sudoku, so I thought of making a video on this one on how to solve such Sudokus and how to seek for some advanced logic that are there in the tough Sudokus, right? And before going to the Sudoku, I would really suggest you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. That will really motivate us to cover videos on the daily basis. And if at all you have any request for a puzzle genre or a Sudoku variant, do let us know in the comment below and we will surely make a video on it. And now coming on to the puzzle, these are the normal classic rules. You have to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, column and 3 into 3 box without repetition. And with that we'll start solving this Sudoku. So as you can see, the 7 here and 7 here will give you a 7 here because of the 7 here, and the 3 here and here will give you a 3 here because of the 3 here, and then you get a pencil mark of 3 here. Okay, the 1 would have to be here in this box because of the 1 here and 1 this, and because of the ones in rows 5 and 6 you get 1 in one of these two cells, right? And anything else? Okay, 4 would have to be in one of these two cells, uh, 3 would have to be in one of these 3 cells, and same way in this box 3 would have to be in one of these 3 cells. And do we get anything else here? So in this Sudoku, at the start itself, after placing some 3 digits, we get to see the advanced logic here, and it's not only one or twice, we have to find these kind of advanced logic 3 times, right? And with that we'll be able to continue this Sudoku, right? So let us mark the remaining digits here. 4 8, so this would have to be 6 9, 4 8 4 6 8 9. This also is 4689, and this is 489 because of the 6 here. And now if you see here, the first logic that we'll have to seek for in this Sudoku is the X swing, right? So we'll have to find the X swing of 3, right? And usually in competition mode, right, when you are solving the Sudoku in a competition, it's really difficult to find the X swing or the swordfish or the Y wing. Y wing is kind of a simpler one rather than the X wing and the swordfish, right? So it is a tedious process of writing digits in all the rows and columns, a particular digit, if you can say that if it has a X wing or not, or a swordfish or not, right? And that is quite a tedious process, but once you get used to solving the X wing and the swordfish, you'll be able to find that easily. So it's all about how you practice the Sudokus, right? And as you can see here, now there is an X wing of 3 in row 4 and row 8. So row 4 has 3 in only one of these two places, right? Column 3 and column 8, right? You cannot have a 3 here, you cannot have a 3 here, you cannot have a 3 here. Same way in row 8, you cannot have a 3 here, you'll have a 3 here. Both of these cells cannot have a 3 because of the 3's here, and you'll have a 3 here, right? So what is an X wing and how does it work, right? So X wing is nothing but possibilities of a digit in 2 rows, right? In 2 rows or 2 columns, which uses exactly 2 cells in the other way, 2 rows or 2 columns. So we have seen that the possibility of 3 in these 2 rows, row 4 and row 8, has only 2 columns, column 3 and column 8, right? So what happens here is either the green ones will be the 3 or either the blue ones will be the 3. There are only 2 possibilities for the 3 in these 2 rows, right? Which means that if at all you have a 3 here in row 8, you would have to have 3 here, and if at all you have a 3 here in row 8, you would have to have a 3 here. That is what is called an X wing. And because of this, now what happens here is all the other cells in those two columns. So we have found the 3 in these two rows, right? But it uses exactly 2 columns. So all the other cells in these two columns won't have the possibility of 3, right? So you can directly eliminate that this cell wouldn't be a 3. Just a second. So this cell wouldn't be a 3 and this cell wouldn't be a 3. And now we have found the x wing of 3, but this doesn't stop here, because with this we don't get anything here. We don't get any of the progress here or any digits here. So now we will have to find the swordfish of 1. So as I constructed this Sudoku recently, just a day ago, I remember the whole solve path, and the next thing is that we will have to find the x wing of swordfish of 1 in the rows 1, 4 and 8 again, right? So let us see if we can find the swordfish of 1 here. 1 in row 1 would have to be here, here and here, right? It cannot be here and here. Same way in row 4 it can be here, it can still be here, and it would have to be here. It cannot be here and here. Again in row 8 it can be here, it can be in third cell as well. It cannot be in any of these two cells, and it would have to be here again. It cannot be here because of the 1 here. Now as you can see here, I'll just mark that with the colors here again. Swordfish is nothing but an extended version of the X-wing here. We use the X-wing in 2 rows or in 2 columns, which exactly uses the same 2 cells in both of the rows and columns, right? And same way the swordfish, it works with the 3 rows and 3 columns, right? So as you can see here, it works in these 3 rows and 3 columns. So the 1 have to be placed in these 3 rows, and it uses exactly these 3 columns, right? Which means that all other cells of 1 in these 3 columns can be eliminated. You cannot have 1 in any of these 3 columns except those 3 cells which we have already marked with the blue color. That is what an swordfish is all about. So if you have a 1 here, you will have 1 either here or here, and either here or here. Same way if you have a 1 here, you will have 1 either here or here and here or here. So it is nothing but when you place one of the digits, the other 4 cells form an X-wing, right? So it's an extended version of X-wing, and which means that all the other green cells won't have the number 1. No, there is no possibility for the number 1 in the green cells that we have already marked. And now still the Sudoku isn't complete. Still the Sudoku doesn't get any progress here, not even a single digit here. That is what the beauty of this Sudoku is. And the moment you get a digit, you will see how it progresses. The solving path is really excellent. And now if you see, we need to find the swordfish of number 2, and the beauty is that it uses the exactly same 3 rows that it used for the number 1. So where can you have the number 2 in row 1, 4 and 8, right? It cannot have here. You can have here, right, here, and it cannot have in any of these 2 cells. Same way in row 4, you cannot have here, you can have here, you cannot have here, neither here, and you will have here. Same way in row 8, you cannot have here, you would have to have here and here, right? There is no other place. So let me mark again with the colors here. For the swordfish of 2, it isn't necessary that in swordfish you need to have exactly 3 cells used for that number. It can be even 2 cells, but seeing together for all the 3 rows, it will use exactly the 3 columns, right? So as you can see here, in row 1 it uses exactly 2 cells instead of the 3. In row 4 also it uses exactly 2 cells, and in row 8 also it exactly uses 3 cells. But all those 3 cells are different, and it exactly 2 cells, and exactly it uses those 3 columns which are supposed to be used in a swordfish. And with that we get that if you have a 2 here, in row 4 you would have to have a 2 here, and in row 8 you would have to have a 2 here. Let me mark that here. So which means that either the green color will have the 2, or either the blue colors will have the 2. So if you have a 2 here, in row 8 you will have a 2 here, and in row 4 you will have a 2 here. So which means that all the other cells in those 2 columns, right? In those 3 columns won't have the number 2 because of the swordfish technique here. So which means that all the red cells cannot have the possibility of the 2 because of the swordfish that we have used in the rows, right? Which means that we can eliminate all the other possibilities of the number 2. And now we have used all the possible advanced logic here. One of the logic was X-wing and other 2 logics were swordfish. And now if you see here, that's an excellent logic here. It's one of my favorite logics that I have constructed in a tough Sudoku, I would say. I have created a few number of quite a good number of classics for my Patreon, but none of those classics had an X-wing or a swordfish, and I intentionally didn't have those because I wanted only pairs and triplets. But this Sudoku I had to construct some advanced logic for the viewers, and if you see here in the column 3, all of the advanced logic that we have used, the X-wing of 3, the swordfish of 1 and 2, used the exactly one column, that was column 3. All these 3 logics use the column 3, which means that in the column 3 any other cell except the markings that we had for swordfish and X-wing won't have the number 1, 2 and 3. So if you see the swordfish of 1 eliminated all the 1s from these cells, the X-wing of 3 eliminated all the 3 from these cells, and the swordfish of 2 also eliminated all the 2s from these cells. So which means that you have a 1, 2, 3 triplet in the column here because of these swordfishes and X-wings. What an excellent logic here. But still we are not completing this Sudoku. There is a lot more to go in this Sudoku, and just stay tuned for it. You will see that how this Sudoku gets easily done now. So if you see here now, same way, let us see that where can you have a 1, 2 in box 9 here. Let me just give you use that color here. Can you have 1 and 2 in these 2 boxes, in these 2 cells? No, exactly not possible. Both 1 and 2 used 1 and we had a swordfish of 1 and 2, right? So both 1 and 2 swordfish use the column 7. So which means that these 2 cells also cannot have 1 and 2 because you have a swordfish of 1 and 2 in these rows which uses the column 7. Both 1 and 2 is not possible here. So which means that the only place for 1 and 2 in this box are these 2 places, right? Which means that it becomes a pair here now, a pair of 1 and 2. And the last logic again here is an excellent logic here. You need to find a triplet of 1, 2 and 3 in row 7. Where can you have a 1, 2 and 3 in row 7? So of course you cannot have a 3 here because we used a swordfish of X-wing of 3 that used in the column 4, in the row 4 and 8 that uses the column 8. So this cannot have a 3. Of course this cannot have 1, 2 and 3 because 1, 2 is already a pair here and 3 is already here, right? You cannot have here also 1, 2 and 3 because 2 and 3 are already given and we used the swordfish of 1 in this column, right? You cannot have here as well because 1 and 3 is already given and you already have a swordfish of 2 in that column. Same way here because 1, 2 and 3 are already given. So exactly there are 3 cells remaining for the 1, 2 and 3, and all these 3 cells becomes the triplet here. Sorry. Right? So if, as you can see here, you cannot have a 3 here because that becomes a 1, 2 pair here. You cannot have a 1 here because it becomes 2 and 3, and you cannot have a 2 here because 2 is already given. And now there is no other place for 1, 2 and 3 in this row. So we have a triplet of 1, 2 and 3 now. And still the Sudoku isn't done yet. You will see why these logics or these swordfishes in X-wing gave us the triplets here and why these triplets are helping us to progress this Sudoku, right? Now let me show you that here. So if you see the 7 here, 7 would have to be in one of these 2 cells now because this box already has a pair of 1 and 3, right? And if you see the 9 here, 9 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Superb, right? And now if you see here, the 7 here and 7 here would have to have a 7 in one of these 2 cells, and because of these 2 7, the 7 here and the pointing 7 here, 7 would have to be in one of these 2 cells. Now the last logic of this Sudoku, and with that Sudoku we'll get, with the last logic we'll get every other digit possible, right? easily. Where can you have 3 and 7 in column 9? So there are only two places that there you can have a 3 and 7. Of course 3 and 7 are not possible here, because 7 would have to be in one of these two cells and already have a 3 here, right? 3 and 7 is not possible here as well, and it is not possible here as well. So the only two places for 3 and 7 is these two places, right? 3 and 7 can only be in these two places. So you have a pair of 3 and 7, hidden pair of 3 and 7 in column 9, right? And with that, now what happens here is you already have a 7 pointing here in row 9, which means that this would have to be a 3 now. This becomes a 7 now, and this 3 eliminates 3 from here, and you had only now you have only one place for the 3 in row 8 that we used for the swordfish thing, and only one place for the 3 in row 4 now. This would have to be this cell, and because of the 3 here, we get here 1, we get a 2 here, we get a 3 here, and this 2 gives you a 1 here, and this one, okay, this 3 eliminates 3 from here, and now this 2 and this 2 gives you a 2 in this cell, and this 2 and 2 gives you a 2 here, and these two 2's give you a 2 here, this 2 gives you a 1 here, and superb, this one gives you a 2 in this row, so only one place for the 2 in this row. And as you can see here, we are easily marking all the digits here, and there is only one place for 3 in box 4. So I think so we have marked all the 3's here. Superb, we have marked all the 2's here. No, one of the 2's are pending here, 1 2 would have to be here in this box, and all the 3's and 2's are already marked now, right? And 1 would have to be in one of these two cells, so you have a 1 4 pair here again, and 1 would have to be in one of these two cells, and 1 here and here would give you 1 in one of these two cells, right? So which means that, as you can see, row 1 has only one place for the 1 to go, and this would have to be this cell that gives you a 4 here, and okay, there anything else? Okay, now as you can see here, there are only two digits remaining in this row 4, 6 and 9, and because you have a pointing 9 here, this would have to be a 6, this would have to be a 9, and you can eliminate 9 from all the other cells, and this 6 would give you a 6 in one of these two cells, so you have a 6 7 pair here, so the remaining digit is 9 and 8, so this cell would have to be a 5 now, right? And this 5 gives you a 5 here in box 6, that gives you a 5 here in box 9, and that gives you a 5 here in box 8. Superb, that gives you a 5 here in box 2, and that gives you a 5 here in box 1. Excellent, so we have got all the 5's here as well, and so you can eliminate this 3, and these two digits would have to be 4 and 8, right? Remaining two digits, and these two digits have to be 4 8 and 7, right? So 7 is remaining, so 7 would have to be here. This also is 4 and 8, and this 7 gives you a 7 here in this box, sorry, and okay, these two digits are 8 and 9 in any order, right? So we can mark those as well, and this 8 and 9 gives you this has 7 and 6. So 8 and 6 is here, this cell would have to be 4 and 9 because of the row here, the only digits pending in this row, and 4 9 and 6, right? So 6 would have to be in one of these two cells, and that eliminates 6 from here, so this would have to be 4 8, and this is a 4 8, so this would have to be a 6 now, and this 6 and this 6 gives you a 6 here, and this cell would have to be a 9 and 8, right? 8 and 9. Okay, this 6 gives you a 4 8 remaining possibility in these two cells in this column, so I already have a 8 here, which means this would have to be a 4, this would have to be an 8, that gives you a 9 here, an 8 here, that gives you a 4 here, a 9 here, and this 8 gives you a, okay, 8 in one of these two cells, right? Okay, this 4 gives you an 8 here, a 4 here, and this 4 gives you an 8 here, and that gives you an 8 here, this would be a 6, and this 8 gives you an 8 in one of these two cells, sorry, this cell would have to be a 4, right? So this would be a 4, this would be a 6, and this 4 gives you a 4 in one of these two cells, and because of the 4 here, you already have a 4 here, it will be 1 here, and this gives you a 1 here, right? And 6 8 9 are the remaining digits, so 6 would have to be here, this would be 9, this would be 8, that gives you 8 here and a 9 here, and this 8 9 gives you a 9 here, and this would be a 4. So 9 8, this would be a 7, that gives you a 6 here, a 7 here, a 6 here, and a 9 here. And with that we complete this gorgeous classic Sudoku. It was an excellent Sudoku, I suppose, because finding the X-wing, the swordfish, finding one X-wing, finding two swordfish at a stretch, and then getting a triplet because of the swordfish and X-wing, that was a really difficult one. And it was really difficult to construct this because I had these kind of this intended solve path. I had this idea in my mind, and I thought of creating one with the example that I have showed you here. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.